This week on the No More Late Fees podcast, we are joined by our conspiracy theory, by our conspiracy theory and paranormal podpals from the Unrefined Podcast, BJ and Metra. As always, we wanted to give y'all a chance to get to know BJ and Metra a little bit better before they join us this week to kick off spooky season with Final Destination. Welcome.
Hello.
Happy to have you guys on.
We're so happy to be here. We've been pals, like social media wise and stuff, for like a while now and everything.
I know.
So it's fun to have come on and talk to you guys about this particular movie.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah.
No, thank you guys for joining us. And I'm so glad you picked this movie. Like, we've been waiting to do this one for a while. So it's exciting. But for our listeners, why don't you guys tell us about your podcast and how you even decided to, your genre? What made you decide this genre?
Well, it's funny. So we've been doing the podcast now it's been about almost 2 years now. And we started it because we are friends because we were on TikTok. And we got together with a group of people and we started making content with that group of people. And then we all just kind of went in our separate directions. We're all still friends pretty much. But then Metra and I were like, you know what, let's do a podcast.
Yeah.
And the first we just did a podcast and it was kind of like whatever, like
talk show type, random hot topics, things like that.
Right. And then Metra was like, let's talk about this weird UFO thing. And we started talking about that. And like our audience was like, yes, please do more of this. And then so we both really enjoy like all things like paranormal when it comes to
weird,
like,
strange things.
Yeah.
We just love it. Conspiracy theories are just fun.
Yes. And also we do a lot of debunking on them too.
Yeah.
Just
because there's so many ridiculous things out there.
Yes. Yeah.
And like misinformation on social media.
Right. So we try to do good with our powers, I guess.
And that's why I love you guys, because if you ask Jackie and our audience, I'm a sucker for conspiracy theory and I'm not fact checking. I'm just like, that sounds right.
Yes.
That's how it is. You see like a video on like TikTok or Reels and you're like, yeah, I'm buying into this big time. But then you start Googling, looking stuff up, you're like, wait a minute, they only gave me half the information.
Yeah.
And Jackie, fun story, the way that I found I laugh because I know you're going to shake your head at me. The way that I found these two lovelies was TikTok, and they had a video about a conspiracy theory about the Parent Trap.
The Lindsay Lohan one?
Yes. That's how I got collected, scooped right up into it. I was like, I like them. This is very interesting.
Yeah. I remember that. That video particularly well because
I wrote the script and you read it.
Right. Yeah.
And we put the video together and it was like, we were like, should we do a show out of this or just do a TikTok? And I was like, I don't know if there's enough information. Let's just do a quick TikTok.
You guys could have totally just put that TikTok as an episode. I would have listened to it again because I was like, really? Yeah. So the whole thing, Jackie, was that there was a conspiracy theory that Lindsay Lohan really did have a twin.
Yeah.
And she was dead.
Yeah. And that's why Lindsay Lohan like spiraled out of control. And,
she had a meltdown.
Because she couldn't handle it because Disney tried to cover the death up and everything. It's just a whole bunch of everything that you really not a good juicy conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
You probably were like, this is silly. And then I was like, suckered.
I was like,
Honestly, I think one of my favorite shows that we've done is we did a whole Disney conspiracy theories one about like the parks and about all this other stuff about
all the urban legends with
like that.
The Disney stuff is always fun.
It is super
fun.
Yeah. And there's apparently a lot of people buried there. So
you guys need to go to that abandoned Disney. Like I guess they were making an expansion and they didn't finish it or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
I watched somebody on YouTube who goes to like some of those places, and it just, that thing looks creepy.
Well,
abandoned amusement park thing. Those are always like the creepiest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the old Six Flags in New Orleans. That's like,
Yeah.
there was a whole documentary on that about it being like, it's closed for the storm. I think that's what the movie was called. But it's just, they've left it there since 2005. It never reopened, and the park is completely abandoned and overgrown, and like people go
Looks like
there.
I Am Legend. That's what it
Yeah,
looks like.
it's
Oh
just
my
the
gosh.
creepiest
Wow.
thing. I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to go.
Take me now.
Yeah.
Before you guys got on, we were just talking about like the spookiest places in the country to go to, and you guys are in Albany right now and looking at some stuff, and you were saying that San Antonio is on the top, one of the list of the top spookiest places. That creeps me out. I did not know that.
Yeah.
It's strange because you don't think about San Antonio as being like that, but apparently it is. A lot of weird things have happened there. And one of the reasons why they say places are haunted or whatever, one thing is water and limestone. And that's what San Antonio, the river runs right through the city, and everything's limestone there. And it's supposed to be like a conductor for like paranormal activity. So I can understand if maybe that's one of the reasons why ghosts seem to hang around there. I don't know.
Lake Lanier in Georgia. I mean, TikTok really put me on to that one, and the history of it, and just like that damn place keeps sucking up people. Another one of my faves are the random staircases found in like parks and stuff that like
go to
nowhere, but then people disappear. I was like, what?
Yeah.
This is why I don't
go exploring.
There's a conspiracy theory, or I guess a theory, that Jack the Ripper actually started in Austin, and then they were onto him, and so then that's when he moved to England.
Interesting.
Well, that's quite the move. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you see the other conspiracy theory about Jack the Ripper that we did on our show is that he's actually Lewis Carroll, who wrote Alice in Wonderland. And there's like a whole like study on it, whether Lewis Carroll is actually Jack the Ripper. And
Jesus.
it's pretty wild. If you look into it, it's like, well, maybe he was leaving clues all along type thing. So
the other one, I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory or what, or just like learning about it, is the author of Peter Pan, the Finding Neverland, what that movie was based on, that guy, and like what he potentially allegedly could have done, like really hurt those kids and plotted to kill their parents, and so that he could like adopt them. It's really, I was like, I can't even.
Somewhere on YouTube, there is somebody had recut the trailer to Finding Neverland to be a horror movie. Like they recut it and everything. And
I love that.
Yes, it's quite entertaining. They did the same thing where they recut the trailer for the original Shining with Jack Nicholson, and they made it a family fun movie. They're like, he's just a man with a lot of stress and he needs a day off and everything. And it's like, it was really good.
Here's Johnny.
Yeah.
Well, I love every second of it. Conspiracy theories are my fave until they get too scary for me. Like Jackie will attest that I love spooky season, but on the podcast, because I have to watch all the scary movies, I don't love it.
Yeah.
I hate horror movies.
Yeah,
I can't. I get scared. I am a 37-year-old man, and they will give me nightmares. Like, doesn't even matter. Like, they scare me. And Metra laughs, but it's like, I was like, I can't separate it. Like, I can't do it.
Well, we just watched the 2009 Friday the 13th just now before getting on. Were you scared of that movie?
No.
Do you think of that as being a horror movie? Because it's like a slasher movie. Like, I don't think of slasher being the same as horror.
Jump scares and things like that don't scare me. But when you're talking about things like the devil and demons and things like that, like freaks me out. Like The Conjuring. I don't know if either of you have seen The Conjuring. That wrecked me for about a month, like a straight 30 days of not being able to close my eyes.
He'll watch something, he's like, this is scary. I'm like, that's not a scary movie. What are you talking about? He's like, I'm like, it's not even scary. It's fine.
Well, are you guys up for a game?
I think so.
I'm nervous.
So we have a brand new game that we're premiering on this episode, and it's called Guess the Fresh. We went on Rotten Tomatoes and we pulled Final Destination 1, 2, and 3
Okay.
And so it's similar to The Price is Right. So we're going to let you guys compete against each other, and you have to guess the percentage that each movie got from the audience and from critics, and see who gets closest to the right answer.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Are you guys up for the challenge?
Let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
do
All right.
Okay, so our first one, Final Destination. What
Jack, there's a picture. There's images if you want.
So what do you think the tomato meter score is for Final Destination?
Like the overall, like
I believe
That's the critic
the
score.
critic score.
the critic score.
Okay, so
Mhm.
tomato meter score. Okay.
Okay.
You go first.
33.
Oh,
33%. Okay.
wow, super rotten. I want to say, I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to say 41.
Trying to undercut me.
Yeah,
You should have just done 34.
I should have. Yeah.
Okay, and what do you think the audience score was?
Okay, go again.
I'm gonna say 66.
Okay. Audience score. Like, I'm thinking like, if I mean, I was the audience. So this may, like a 70, enough to be fresh, but like not
You're going
great.
first next time, so
Yeah.
I can outdo you.
Well, let's go ahead and see. So the tomato meter was 35.
Oh.
Metra won.
Wow.
And then the audience score was 68. So
What?
BJ got the
You
point
are
for
like
that
a
one.
savant. A Rotten Tomato savant.
Guess so.
That's so funny.
I'll mess the next one up.
So that one's so one point each then?
Yeah. So we're tied going into Final Destination 2.
You go.
BJ.
Okay. Final Destination 2. God, that's been a while since I've seen Final Destination 2. But I'm going to have to say that when sequels come out, I'm going to say a 30 for the critic score.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 20. I'll go
Wow.
lower.
That's much lower. Okay.
And what about the audience score?
Audience score on 2. I'm going to say people still like Devin Sawa and Ali Larder. And I'm going to say 80.
80.
Yeah, I'm just being I've got nothing to base that number on whatsoever.
Okay, I'm gonna do 50 on mine. That's just an even number.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay, so the tomato meter, 48.
Wow.
Wow. I didn't think it would be higher.
No.
And then the audience score is a 58.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we're still tied.
All
Sheesh.
right.
Okay.
Let's see if somebody will take the win.
Yeah.
Which Final Destination is the log one on the road?
2, right?
That's 2?
2.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one wrecked me for a while.
Right. Everybody's permanently damaged from that.
I can't drive behind those trucks.
So our last one, our Final Destination 3. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first again.
Okay.
Okay. Final Destination 3, tomato meter score.
Now I'm confused. I'm not sure what to choose on that one.
Mhm. I'm going to go with 25.
And Metra?
Like, I instinctually want to go lower, but they kept making these movies. So they had to be getting like good scores enough for them. So I'll do like, what did you say?
I said 25.
I'll say 35.
Okay. All right. Audience score, I want to say 40. I want to say 40 for 3.
I'll go 60. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So our tomato meter score is 43.
Oh.
And our audience score is 57. So Metra
Wow.
swept.
Wow, you did it well, yeah.
So our winner is Metra.
All
Congratulations.
right.
Fun fact about this movie, it's one of the rarest situations where it does get higher on Rotten Tomatoes in comparison to other franchises where it starts to go lower than the
Yeah.
original.
Yes.
So
That's what my thinking was when I
Mhm.
was guessing to go lower.
Yeah.
yeah, this one played a little bit of a joke on you guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's why they kept making them.
That's true. That's true.
People like to see teens getting killed.
Yes, they do.
So I have a question for all of us. Would you want the ability to see the signs of death to cheat it, or rather not know?
Oh.
Do the rules of the movie Final Destination play? Like you have to constantly be avoiding it and it skips and keeps looping back around to you? Like, are we within these rules?
I didn't really think about that. I guess so, because it adds a layer of complication. So yes, the same rules of Final Destination.
But I would say no, because I don't need that anxiety and stress in my life.
I'm going to go with no as well. I don't want to know. Just if it's going to happen, just make it happen.
I actually had this conversation with my friend who I watched the movie with, because I was like, when this movie came out and I was in high school, I was like, yeah, you cheat death, you keep going. And I'm like, and now 40-year-old Jackie's like, I'm tired. If it's going to take me, just go ahead and take me.
Right?
Yeah, I don't want to know.
No.
I don't want to know unless I have witch powers. Then that's
you
a whole
actually
other
stop
game.
it for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that repeating stuff. Like, what am I going to live my whole life in fear? That's crazy.
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's
Yeah.
exhausting.
Rather
That.
rather not know. So in our season 2, which we're in right now, we've been asking all of our guests to join us as fellow Blockbuster employees and pick their employee picks that they would recommend to customers. So we are going to let you guys pick 3 movies from 1995 to 2005 that you would recommend to anybody coming into the store.
Oh, God.
Like any movie?
From,
Any
from
movie.
95 to 2005.
Jeez. Gladiator for me, for sure. You know, it's a great movie, Memento. I love that one.
Okay. That was a good
That's
movie.
really good.
Yeah.
Good choice. And you got one more.
I'm going to do Being John Malkovich because that's a great
Ooh,
movie
that
too.
is a good one.
A lot of people don't watch.
Okay.
So I like that one.
Yeah. All right. So for me, I mean, all 3 of them, I should just say, just go watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And then call me and we can have a discussion about how it's the greatest thing ever. But I will just include one of them on the list. I will say watch the Fellowship of the Ring. And if they choose the path to watch the other 2, then they can do the Fellowship of the Ring and the first X-Men movie from the year 2000 with my dearly beloved Hugh Jackman. And I think I'm gonna go with Happy Gilmore. Is that fit? Is that 95?
Yeah,
Okay. I'm gonna go with Happy Gilmore because so much of my life is based on just laughing.
Excellent.
Why don't you guys tell us your social handles so everybody can go and check out your podcast and get caught up into the vibes of the conspiracy theories and the spookiness on social?
Well, the easiest place that you can find all of our information and everything is if you follow us over on Instagram at TheUnrefinedPod, and you can get to all of our links from there. It's right in the bio. You can find us on our YouTube channel, and you can follow us over on TikTok, where Danielle found us. And you can also get to all the links for our shows available and everything too. And then you guys can go listen to all of our episodes and everything. But be warned, like, we don't take ourselves too serious when we're talking about it. So if you're looking for us to be like the people on like the Travel Channel that are like going in and being all super serious ghost hunters, nope, you're not going to find that. Nope. A lot of laughing, and we're going to do a lot of poking fun at things.
Yeah.
So.
And that's okay. We love that.
Yeah.
We do love that.
Yes.
And if you guys have any questions or if you had any hot takes of our conversation today, then hit us up at No More Late Fees on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And stay tuned for our Final Destination episode with BJ and Metra happening later this week.
And as always, be kind and rewind.